Yeah, it's always weird to start a video by smiling. It's the good feelings that I get when I am finally ready to indulge in the Hutber show. And by the Hutber show, I mean me being on a show, thus named the Hutber show, which is there. You're probably wondering why my hoodie doesn't have straw strings. Uh, I can't remember. I think one got caught in the washing machine, and then because I'm stalling because I need to know where the logo thing is with the intro. Scaboosh. Oh, how long's it been? I was on my way to Monte right now. No, I was in Monte. I was in Florence. I was driving to Monte, I think actually at 7. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I was in Florence. I was away on holiday, and I have to say I've come back with renewed vigor. Very much so. More than I thought possible, actually, I must say. Before oh, before I don't know, just before, right? Like 4 months ago, 5 months ago, completely devoid of feelings. Feelings? Well, they were feelings. Feelings for the models. I wasn't like angry about it because I was still hanging around with the boys. I was going to Golden Demon. I was going to World Model Expo, but I didn't have that, that that little, that little that's money. That doesn't make sense. That little thing that kind of gets you there, and I don't mean that in a crude way. I mean that in a no. I'm happy. I'm very happy to have my passion back. 3 years, I think it was actually, since I last painted my mass model with real love. Uh, I have to say I haven't used this energy for painting yet. I've actually I can't show you. I don't know why I looked around. I've been well, like a not quite an epiphany because that's from God. I think it is anyway, but something similar where I'm like, wow, yeah, actually, do you know what? I'm wasting my life not doing miniatures. I'm waffling, but I suppose this is what the Hupper Show's for because I have no purpose or meaning. I think I've been struggling with all this time and why I've not been doing the episodes. It's like a self diary at this point. Um, is that you know, no one will get that. My daughter says, shit. I promised I would never bring my child into the Hutber show because it just shows how lonely and sad you are. But actually, I realise now, having had a kid, that that's not the truth. What it actually is amazing and beautiful. Right, on track. Clean my room. Can't sit here, but that is actually you can. Woo woo. You know, dragon. Oh, all right, let's try and do that. Dragon head models. Oh shit, it's impossible. It's mirrored. It's mirrored in the worst possible way as well. It's like up and down. Well, that's not true, is it? But anyway, dragon head models. A photo of me and my darling wife, and yeah, Dave Gallagher. Artwork from third edition Elder Codex Eldrad. But the point was, look how clean that looks. Used to be boxing things. I am still in the throes of cleaning, but I've bought a lot of things, small things, to make differences. I got my vinyl, the record player working again. That was great, or is great, because I've really enjoyed that the last few days. How far are we in? 3 minutes. There's nothing, right? And the little thing over there, which is where you put things on, shelving unit. I screwed so one side was screwed to the wall, right? Because my wife noticed one day that it was like, if this is the side view, it was like that, and the wall's here. It was like completely. She was like, oh, "What's wrong with your shelf?" And I was like, "Don't be stupid. Nothing's wrong with my shelf." And then I looked at it and I was like, "She's always right." Never admit that. That's the key, I think, to having a successful relationship. um, and I did the other side onto the wall now because it was always this like skew width thing. Just hated it. I didn't even know if it was dangerous, but now they're both there, and I feel so positive about it. So genuinely happy. Yeah, I think what it was, right, is I was driving home after watching Wakanda Forever, and I thought, that's not forever. But then I was like, am I actually happy? I was sort of like, shit, I don't think I'm happy in my life. you know, I've got a lot of things to be grateful for, and generally I am very happy. But I was like, there's so many things subconsciously. So it took me like the drive home, and I drove really slowly, like 40 limit. I was doing like 32. And I was like, yeah, I don't think I am. So I came up with a list of things that I think would make me happy. Because I don't know if it was a relation to model painting, but there was just a lot of things that, it was like 7, I think the list was. Things that, hold on, I need to articulate this. Happy as in complete. That's what I thought. Basically, there's lots of things I think I could change in my life, small things that will make a big impact. So, for example, the house being cluttered. What is this? Like a home improvement thing? Model painting more of it, right? Not being scared, do things you're scared of, model painting wise. Spend more time with the wife. Ironically, that goes against model painting, but there's still something I want to do. That sounds weird. Thankfully, my daughter wasn't on the list at all. Now, that either means that I don't want to spend time with her. No, it's because I'm quite happy with that part. And that's probably like, that was the thing I was thinking is like the best part. Obviously, no more gambling and all that kind of stuff. Brilliant. And so, yeah, anyway, that's why I started cleaning, because I realized I want to declutter and start afresh. And you know, Monte was what sparked all this. Spent a long time with Lionel. We didn't share rooms this time, but I did. I got back and I was like, do you know what? My wife's pregnant, by the way. So it's if she's grumpy, it's not her fault at all. But I got home. Jesus, it's a lot of information. I've been away for a while, right? Got home and I was like, man, I had such a good time. And when I come home, I'm not having a good time. And that's what made me realize. I was like, that's right. Why not just make your life better where possible? And that is the small change I'm doing. So this is one of them. Get rid of the stuff I don't use. Just completely declutter. I've thrown away quite a lot of stuff, which my wife complained. And then, so a lot of stuff's gone to charity. But yeah, it feels amazing. I'm not there yet, right? But I'm still on this relative high of realizing that I want to make a change. Michael Jackson lyrics, and I can do it. So that is what I'm doing thoroughly, and this is part of that actually, because I missed the Hutber show, even though it is quite self-indulging with a title like that. But I do miss it, and I'm glad to be basically back. Wait, is that better? Yeah, I'm glad to be back. Very, very much so. Which leads us to why we're here. Not to listen to me. Also, I wonder if I had been doing this for a long time, if you could have seen progressively before I had my kid, if the bags got bigger. I mean, the light does help. Well, if I come down lower, doesn't make a difference, does it? Anyway, shall we? Models that I enjoyed. And honestly, I can't believe that I did this. And I did this of my own... I should get rid of that. Hold on. Of my own fruition, my own choice. Which, again, is a hugely exciting thing. I think there was a moment in Monte where I was looking around, obviously running around like a headless chicken, as I enjoy. Actually, that wasn't the problem at all. But filming, and I was filming, and I'm always behind the lens when I'm at these events, doing drones, cameras, blah blah blah, and that's what I enjoy. So I absolutely wouldn't change it. But then I was like, ooh, I don't look at the models. I never look at the models and look at the models. I look at the models and think, wow, but I never look and go, how can that inspire me? Ooh. That's what I did. Somehow I was looking at them and I was thinking, how could I be more interested or absorb more of it? You know, why would I go to an accent there? So yeah, I basically did that, and I think it made a big difference. And I only did it a very small amount, but already I felt the. I don't know if I did then, but I felt like I did cognitively. You know. Anyway, yeah, the models. So this was there, and I did not see it, which I'm sad about. Anastasia Loukrezi. Loukrezi. I actually spoke to her. She helped me. She saw the camera. She came over, and this is before the barbecue, the world famous barbecue. Hard to believe that something like 170 hours of that barbecue has been watched. Interestingly, 200 and something viewers, but a lot of hours. Anyway, the world famous barbecue from the Hutber show. She was there, but I spoke to her before, and I did not realize that she was staying with the Americans. But she gave me advice on to DaVinci Resolve and a thing called a LUT. So thank you very much for that, Anastasia. I'll stick with your first name. I played around with them today. I need to work out how to not apply it to the whole timeline, unless I need to do separate timelines, because I wanted each different clips to have different, because obviously the lights changed when I was filming the awards. So I didn't see the model. But, well, you were lovely. That sounds a bit weird. She was, if I say she was lovely, but then you're watching, well, I suppose more of you won't watch this than will watch this, so there would be more. She was lovely. Genuinely nice, and also good at the barbecue. Everyone was good at the barbecue though. So this model, yeah. Actually, I didn't realise this was the model that had placed when I was scrolling through the old Instagram, which is where I find my things nowadays. I just saw it and thought, yeah, this was the first model I saw that made me think, yeah, I need to start the Hutber show again, because that was actually what was killing it. I didn't go on social media at all for the last like 3 years, so I never saw models. But also, I didn't want to look at models because I wasn't in that. And I saw this and I was like, hot damn, that's nice. And then I realised that you were the person who won Best of Show at Standard, and you did pip Lionel, obviously my best friend forever, Lionel, to the post, as it were. Although Lionel was third and you were first, so in theory, even if you hadn't, second place would have won first. So Lionel, so both of those people would have had to not enter. But then, you know, you could go down that road, and we don't want to go down that road. Lionel's piece was great. This piece is exceptionally good, and I'm trying to work out if it's the lighting. That on that front bit, you know, the very front is there, or that's painted on, because you've done the OSL at the back and stuff, and the whole N&M around it is really good. Yeah, I don't know, so that's why I have to ask. But just so glad to see the standard of Master just being so standard. Obviously, you guys now have elevated, and you are no longer loud and standard, which does bring down the standard of standard. But I suppose that's normal. That is the circle of life, painting life. So thank you for the piece, by the way. Not that you did it for me, just to get that clear. Just thank you. Let's move on. Oh, of course. Now, I mean, it's kind of like, what's the point? No, I think I'm allowed to feature people I know, aren't I? There's no rule. There are no rules here, right? The cloth is brilliant, Arnau. If you don't mind me saying, hopefully I'll see it on Sunday. I don't know. You may have already shipped it, but for the feeling of it's on fire, or it's transparent, which makes no sense, but it is good. You'll say something like, "No, you know, it's not so good. I didn't take very." Oh, that's German almost. What is Spanish Arnau? Spanish is "cállate de boca" or something. But then you don't speak that fiery. Arnau is more like, no, that sounds too much like Michael Jackson. Don't want to go there. Anyway, yeah, basically, I love it, and it's worthy of feature. And interestingly, I thought anybody who had feet fetish would also like this model. Just something I thought about. Yeah, take what you will, but I do really, really like the model. I like the cloth. I don't know if I'm assuming it comes on that base, right? Because otherwise you would have had to sculpt that cloth yourself. But I will look forward to talking to you about the said model. Fluffies. I actually forgot her real name because she passed away a long time ago, like 10 years now. And you know, that sounds weird, but I do forget a lot of things. And no doubt it will come to me later. But this is the old cat that my sister trained to leave. She was a house cat, right? Flat cat. She trained it to walk down the stairs with her, third floor of the flat, all the way down. Let her out when she goes to work, and around when she knew Ashley was coming home, my sister, she would she'd come round, wait for her by the door, and then walk back up to the flat every day, except for the weekends because she didn't work. I can't believe I don't, but she's a beautiful cat. Yes, Erik Swinson, Erik with a K, as I learnt. Thank you, Albert, for pointing it out. That Erik had pointed it out, something like that. What to say? I thought about putting the video in here and going over it, but I don't think I can embed raw footage. So that actually wasn't why I just couldn't be bothered, but that is the real official technical reason. But I still have this. It's actually like I've looked at it a lot now still, and I am still in awe of it. And this photo, like what this photo does really well, really gives the mood of a sunset that my videos don't do that well. Like you can really feel where the sun is. He's on a hill, the sun's over here, well over here, like that way. And oh God, it's just beautiful. It might be where I am, but I kind of, this is where I'm like, I can't get there, but that doesn't matter. I can't dream. That's where I want to be in 50 years. You can all have dreams, but yeah, there's so many things I do like about it. I suppose I don't want to harp on too long, because I've already sort of said it, and obviously I did the interview where I said things, and also, yeah, I'll just keep it short. I've got, especially because I'm not adding any opinions here. I'm just talking. Yeah, I think the colours, feeling, and the level of detail, it's a perfect balance for I'm feeling at the moment between like really rendered and not too rendered. Fuck me, it feels kind of like a cartoon mixed in with realism, or like those kind of like the poles right on the block colors and the feathers, and the fluff. It's I don't know what you were going for, Eric. If you're watching this, Eric with a K, but that's the feeling I get basically. Jaime. I think it's Jaime. Jaime. Weird that just one I in between. Jamie is my name. Jime is Jaime. Jamie. Di Garcinia. Did I spell that wrong? Garcinia. Garcia. I would have thought it'd be more of an obvious Spanish name. Jaime Garcia. Jaime de Garcinia. Garcinia is a. I saw this at the Monte, El Monto, and I thought, I looked at it for a long time actually, kind of going, damn. It might have actually been around this time that I was like, man, take it in, like look at models for longer, and sort of think about them rather than just going, Mrr. That's me looking. But I definitely looked at this for a while, and then obviously I knew it was Jaime because somebody said, that's Jaime's piece. And I said, that really? What? That's basically what I said. I don't know who it was, Lionel, Albert, someone. It's really nice. The oranges, which I find difficult. The off-white oranges, which I would find even more difficult. And then the skin I didn't want to talk about. And hair. Basically, it's very nice. Orange being my favourite colour. Green being my favourite complementary for orange. Is that the... Yeah, it's not right. It just works well. And obviously she's blowing a pipe. We all know what that, you know what I mean. We all know what she's doing. She's blowing a pipe. Yeah. So I should have like, and then I was doing, I felt like I had to talk about this piece because of what it meant and how I was pulled in. But it really does, man. Like, so I bought one model while I was there, and that's the first model I bought in a really long time. Like 3 years or something, in earnest anyway. And I thought, oh, that cloth and the face, I'm going to have to learn how to do skin. But I bought a floating fisherman. And this is probably part of the reason. There was enough retail at Monte, actually, to not... everyone said there's no retail. There is retail. Sure, it's just not like SMC scale. In a way, that's really nice. But yeah, I guess. Hold on, what we got left? Nothing. So I can go. It's just me bigger, actually. In fact, I'm the same size. No, I'm a little bit bigger, smaller. Oh, that isn't it. I was going to say that's it. This is, well, it is actually sort of model related, sort of. But that is not why I'm sharing it. But it should be why I'm sharing it. I haven't looked at the video. But there are models. But this was a game that I still play now. And I've been playing it for like 25 years. This kind of sounds like paper motion. It's not. I have been playing the game for a long time. Heroes of Might and Magic 3. And then Horn of the Abyss, which is like an expansion for it, which is like loads of quality of life things, and they're still fixing bugs now and stuff. And then a HD version. I haven't looked at these models, so I don't know how good they are to my memory of the game, as in how they look. Like that Archangel, I think he should be bigger, but they're basically based. I suppose they want scale and they don't want to go too crazy, right? But like, the game's amazing, and this is a Kickstarter with models, so I am going to back it. I didn't realize it had 1.4 million. Makes me feel like I don't want to back it anymore, but that's Ubisoft, so at least they'll get some money because they need to make a new Heroes game that isn't absolute dog. Because they are, in my opinion. I don't know how else to explain it. It's basically a turn-based strategy game, effectively, on the computer game. So I don't fully know how. Oh my god, they've actually got a battle, and that's how the game looks when you have a battle. You all line up and you have different amounts of troops, and then you'll have a whole load of bonuses, and the spells do a whole load of stuff, right? Like, that is not a forest dragon for me. Oh, this is interesting. But anyway, have a look. I wanted to say that because I feel like it's a worthwhile cause. But yeah, Hutber's back. That's me. And I meant the show. We're both back. Not much more to say, really. I'll be doing it weekly, I do believe, with my top 5 models or similar, and other things that are just going on in the week. I actually did include the cat as part of my models, but I've got other models lined up that I could have brought them in, but I didn't really remember my hard rule of 5. We're all friends here. That's the most important thing. And thank you if you did make it this far. See you later.